Portugal. There's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream, the podcast, and of course the Portugal Club, where we'll go soon for a guide to using Portuguese toilets, and also for that Portuguese citizenship test number 15. Yes, we are 2 weeks in now. How are you doing this morning? Hola, bon dia, alegria to you. Do let me know how you're doing in the chat. It feels like I haven't been here for quite some time, actually. A little bit unfamiliar with the controls, so you know what that means. Yes, didn't press that button, for example. Give yourself a nice round of applause. I hope you're well this morning. Let me know what you've been doing this weekend. For me, I notice it was Earth, Wind and Fire Day yesterday. Thwarted, although we're going to carry that fun forward this morning. It was International Peace Day yesterday, I believe. We'll talk more about that with James Holley, the old guy in Europe, when he joins us at 8:30. And what was the other special day? Yes, Blessing of the Helmets. Just very quickly then, Anthony Bryant, better known as the Portugueser, was over in Fatima having his helmet blessed. And we've got a lovely picture of him. Stop snickering and sniggering at the back, you lot. This is a very serious thing. There's Tony. Is that his helmet he's holding up there for everybody to see? Tricky if you're listening to the podcast at the moment. A capet, I think it's called, here in Portugal. He is a motard, a motorcyclist. And you can go, I like the loose lapel camera zoom. Oh, that sounds like a mistake to me, Tito. Anyway, there's Tony Bryant, the Portugueser, sped over to Fatima and had his helmet blessed, which has been the source of some mirth and merriment here in this community. But great to see that you can get your helmet blessed here in... it probably is this, was it the third Sunday yesterday of the month? I think it is a Sunday when it happens. And it's a great thing. Another year of blessed safety on the road, hopefully. It's more than his helmet that needs blessing. Yeah, Capacet, thank you very much. What do you mean by that, Jackie? Good to see you this morning. Matty, Adrian, T-Duck, all with us here this morning. Thank you for being here on this Monday morning. We resisted playing Sound of Silence by The Disturbed. Is it Disturbed or The Disturbed? Is it one of those bands that you just have the name and not a definitive article? Is that what the or the is? I don't think we should play it this morning either. What we'll do is we will honour Earth, Wind and Fire Day with an absolute breakfast banger. I think we have played it before quite recently because it's one of our good times anthems. And yes, there we were on Saturday night. Russell, you were fantastic alongside Miguel and Saul. And the San Martino GMP Good Times gathering was wonderful. We had a great evening's entertainment, kicked off by that band. I'm calling them the Martinos for the time being. He's Russell Martin. They're in San Martino. They've got to be the Martinos, haven't they? And what was especially good was their mashup of Don't Worry, Be Happy and Four Non-Blondes, What's Up. Either of those I'd be happy to play this morning. However, we've also got Keith Davey. Now, you're familiar with Sarah Davey here on the Good Morning Portugal show. She, of course, of partner. If I do this up, what's a loose lapel zoom? And I've got a gilet on, which is a bit different. And I've got my Spark. It's getting a bit chillier now here in the Doghouse studio. That's why I've got the gilet on. Although it's very good for a bit of product placement for Spartan FX as well, obviously. Sarah Davey of Spartan FX, you know. Dad Keith, you have heard of because of his love of Portugal, his growing love of Portugal. He's also on the show at 8:15 this morning. He's the man who, of course, immortalised oregano as a way of saying thank you here in Portugal. So we'll talk to him about that, how it's going over in Sinatra, magical town Sinatra. And he's a big fan of Leroy Merlin's as well already. I think he's had 2 or 3 visits out here, and he already knows about popping over to Leroy's for those important bits and pieces that you need if you're doing a bit of a DIY around the house. Right, that breakfast banger then. I thought on Saturday night, which would of course been the 20th of September, come midnight, I'd be able to say on the microphone, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate Earth, Wind and Fire Day. It's that very special day, the 21st day of September. We'll play it in just a moment because it's got to be done. And I was asked to cut it because the triathlon was happening in San Martino de Porto. Loads of people in San Martino de Porto doing the triathlon. I didn't do it myself this year, thought I'd give someone else a chance. But loads of people came in to San Martino to do the triathlon, and they made such a buzz. We had a walk on the beach last night, and actually I challenged my kids to a sprint. I'm still number one. Oh, yes. It was like chariots of fire on the beach yesterday. I'm still beating all the kids on it's about a 100-meter dash. But we went down to the beach after the triathlon had finished. They'd been whizzing past the end of our street. They'd be swimming, obviously. They'd be running. And they'd be cycling on their very expensive bicycles. Probably a bit they're missing out. They had to choose between the triathlon and the helmet blessing. But many of them were here. And I was thinking to myself, okay, well, Saturday night, we go into Sunday morning, just after midnight, we play September, 21st day of September. And no, triathlon people are asleep upstairs in the hotel. So Rodrigo said, look, I'm sorry, you're going to have to cut it at midnight. Thwarted. And I'm thinking, I know, 21st day of September, Katia Lima was always way ahead on this, 21st day of September. And I thought, okay, well, if we have a show on the 21st day of September, we can do it. But no, that was yesterday. So I've carried it over to play for you this morning. So without further ado, let's have a bit of Earth, Wind and Fire to get things going. We'll have a look at your comments and we'll make things ready for Keith Davey to be joining us. And then James Holley, the old guy in Europe, at 8:30 as well, with his Portuguese bird of the month as well. Where are Earth, Wind and Fire? Oh, they're there. Yeah, fire up that like button. And yes, absolutely right, Gemini. Good morning to you. Earth, Wind and Fire Day yesterday, the 21st day of September. Right, requests coming in as well. Can we play some Monday songs? Monday, Mamas and the Papas, Manic Monday Bangles. I don't think we're going to get time. Maybe we'll hang around a little bit at the end. I say the end. We'll extend the end. Who doesn't like an extended end first thing in the morning? Or first thing in the week. Morning to you, Mel, as well. Great to see you. Yeah, great tune there. And celebrating International Earth, Wind and Fire Day for another year. That is one of the greatest tunes of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Earth, Wind and Fire's September. And it's an absolute floor filler, a breakfast banger, and absolutely one of the greatest records of all time. The complexity of it, when I get to listen to it in the headphones and not like play it as a DJ, is because it's a floor filler for sure at the Good Times gathering that we do on the third Saturday of the month. To hear the production, to be sitting here and hearing the production, and that bass line, oh my goodness, what a tune, what a tune. A great suggestion from you as well, Andero, Wake Up Boo by the Boo Radleys. It's a beautiful morning. I think we'll go there next. But yes, good call, Joao Ernesto de Norte. How's it looking up there in Ponte Lima? And by the way, yes, from a production point of view, loose lapel zoom, a wider shot zoomed out to show the lapels. Probably even more difficult in the 70s and more of the subject's torso. Yes, my rippling torso captured this morning, capturing the jacket's fit, style, or details like accessories while still keeping the face in view. Truth of it is, the software, there's so much software running that sometimes the Logitech software that controls the camera, that's as far in as it'll let me go. And that's as far out, showing a little bit of the set behind. So I can zoom in a little bit to have a semi loose lapel zoom right there. But it's a software thing. But I'm happy with that. A little bit of the on-air light showing, a little bit of the Portuguese ephemera that's developing behind me. I mean, I always, every weekend, I think, okay, I'm going to pin more stuff up on my backdrop there, and I never get around to it. Although things are gathering, box full of stuff to dress the back of the set with, like Portuguese bits and pieces, celebrating our wonderful lives here in Portugal. Good Morning Portugal show, that's what we're all about. The fun, the facts, the hacks. And I think I'll save the Portuguese citizenship test question. I'll put Keith on the spot this morning, and he can answer that, and we'll see. I don't think it's wine is James's strong suit when it comes to Portuguese language and culture. If I remember rightly, James's wine buying policy is to buy the cheapest bottle. Bom dia Portugal then from Joao Ernesto de Norte. We'll find out more from James when he joins us. And yes, the other International Day, as well as Helmet Blessing, Earth, Wind and Fire, it was also International Peace Day. Find out more about that from James when he joins us at 8:30. Bom dia a todos, feliz segunda, como está? With a head like that, he needs a helmet. What? He's saying he's got a big bonce. There is another blessing of the helmets on top of the Serra de Estrela. I'm sure he won't miss an opportunity to get that particular thing blessed. It is a moon day, absolutely. And last night, the firmament, the skies, the stars were so beautiful when I went out. It is getting cooler and crisper in the evening, which I think, which appears to be very good for stargazing as well. September the 8th, Orthodox calendar yesterday. It wasn't actually September the 8th yesterday, Adrian. Oh, the 21st in the civil calendar, I beg your pardon. First great feast of New Church Year, spreading the good word here. September 1st to the 14th, birth of Mary, Mother of God in the flesh, Jesus Christ, 9 degrees now. You're putting a lot of information in a short amount of time and space there. Thank you very much for that update, Adrian. Good to see you. And I can't wait to have a drink with you one day. You've led such an interesting life. Football steward for sure, being treated very well by Millwall FC. And now a Orthodox Christian, it would seem. Oh, maybe that all of those things happen at the same time, but I'm sure we'd have an amazing conversation over a pint one day. And let's do that. I'll take as many invitations for that, although you can't really get a pint here. You know what I mean metaphorically there. Right. Sad news, actually. For me, I heard the news yesterday. I don't know if any of you remember Prosecco Peggy from the early days of the Good Morning Portugal endeavour, and especially when we were working much more closely with Expats Portugal. I heard the sad news yesterday that Peggy Littrell, better known to us as Prosecco Peggy, had passed on. So very sad for me to hear that. She was always so much fun. She was very forthright, very direct, always put me in my place, told me what to do. Very helpful, sharing information about how she moved to Portugal with husband Dave. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, she was more a prominent part of the community, and we knew her as Prosecco Peggy. That was the nickname that she had here in the Good Morning Portugal community. Sadly passed on in her sleep, health complications, and passed on in her sleep, I believe, on Saturday night this last weekend. And so sending lots of love to Dave and family, Peggy's family, and there a lovely picture that Dave sent through of her in her younger days as a nurse. So thank you very much for sending that, Dave, and lots of love to you. And sorry to hear of that news. We have, that's her as a young health volunteer. She went on to become a nurse, and she was a real asset to us here at the Good Morning Portugal and Expats Portugal communities. Speaking of how she moved here and being very hospitable to friends and gumpers who are down in the Algarve, which she made her home. So bless you, Prosecco Peggy. Lots of love to you, Dave, and family as well. Right, so we'll have Keith Davey with us soon. Sarah's just, she's on production this morning. You see I've got my gilet on, Sarah. I hope Keith has his on as well. She's just getting things ready for Dad, Keith. He, of course, who came up with oregano as a way of saying thank you here in Portugal. We're going to catch up with him and find out more about his developing grasp of the language. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready then, Sarah, to bring Keith onto the screen. Or maybe, should we chat with you first, Sarah, just as a little bit of a warm-up act for your dad? Right, okay. Let's give you a nice round of applause in that case and bring you onto the screen. Oh, that's making me feel a bit dizzy, what's going on behind there. That's Veronica's view out of her window. How are you doing this morning, Sarah? I can hear buzzing.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, my dad's a tough act to follow, so I should really go on first.
You're warming up for Keith, the great Keith Davey, who's over here from the United Kingdom at the moment. On his, I guessed it was maybe his third visit, or is it more than that now?
No, third visit.
Third visit, right? Okay, but he has made it. Oh, Echo, absolutely right. Thank you for that. It feels like I've been away for a long time. That should be better now. We had two of you for a moment there, Sarah. Nothing wrong with that. So third visit, and even in that short time of visiting here, he's really making himself at home. He's been saying oregano to the locals. He knows what Leroy's is. He likes to pop along to Sinatra, to the spiritual town just down the road from you. He's really making himself at home, fair to say, right?
Oh, he loves it here. Definitely loves it here.
Right.
And he's making an effort with the language, but
Clearly.
It's just not going that well. But I mean, I can't really talk either, so.
Right. Okay. Before you go anywhere, we were celebrating our 8th anniversary, our 8th Portuversary last Friday. And I'm not sure if I showed this picture or not. This was the first picture that I ever took coming into Portugal. Drove through Spain and got out of the camper van just to kind of take the air and stretch my legs. And this was the view that lay ahead of me in the Peneda Gerês, just looking down onto Gerês, the town itself, and what felt like a little window into Portugal. It was a beautiful evening. It was this time of year, and it was absolutely lovely. The Gerês is very well worth visiting, and it was a lovely introduction to what was to come. Now, even 8 years later, we're out celebrating on Friday night. A shout out to the Tintin Tashket in Al Fazral. Great meal there. But as I stepped towards the conveniences, I am confronted with an S and an H on the lavatory doors. And even now, having earlier in the day got into the wrong side of the car to drive it, this still happens after 8 years. I am fazed by going to the lavs, as it were, not to put too fine a point on it. Would you share my confusion here, Sarah? You do a double take, right?
This is definitely a problem, I find. I'm also here, and it's not even just something like that. It's even just sort of little kind of little icons of people, but you still have to really look and think, is that the man or is that the woman? I just don't understand. And then some places they're trying to be a bit fancier. They do it in the UK, they'll put something else up, and you're just like, why can't we just make it easier? You know?
Yes. One way to make it easier is to change the H into something more understandable. But then the problem is, and this is why Leonardo's laughing here and giggling, is you've got senoras for ladies on the left. One clue I think around the world is often the ladies' toilet is nearer to the establishment than the gents. I don't know if you've ever noticed that custom. Like in British pubs back in the day, there would be a ladies inside and men would have to go outside. So that's a clue. The nearest one to you is probably the ladies, and there may be a sort of architectural reasons for that not being the case. But I think that is a convention in building code. And then you scrubbed out the H for homage, which sounds like women as well, doesn't it? Oman, women, as T-Duck pointed out to me. Now, Leonardo's giggling here because he's got the ladies on the left, and now he's got Senoras and Mulieres. She's got two women's lavatories, which, of course, is a little bit confusing here. I think this guy is John C. O'Reilly, famous for his role in Stepsons opposite Will Ferrell, which was a hilarious movie. So then this other meme man comes along. That's what you're talking about, isn't it? Why not make it national and visual like that? Yeah.
They do other sort of little symbols. It's like that, but a little bit different. That again make it more confusing. So what they'll do is so you can't actually see the hands and things like that. So the icons, just the outline and things like that. But it's still very close to the men. It's very challenging.
And here's another clue for us. The ladies' toilet doesn't have a urinal, which I discovered in IKEA, I have to say. If I'd been more... The first time I made this mistake, I went into an empty lavatory marked with an S, I think, in IKEA. And I was with one of my kids, and we used a stall. And as we came out, there were some very shocked women in there seeing me exit the stall. I made a hasty getaway and threw out a few disculpas on the way. So that's a way of dealing with it. However, of course, we know the right answer is... here we go, another meme. It's so confusing. Learn the language, says the little cat there. And I think we've got a little decoder here. Thank you very much, Matty. Well, I don't see why this is confusing. Typical Matty. We're in Portugal, for goodness sake. H equals homage men, senoras for women. All right, Matty. Everything's easy when you know, isn't it?
As I said, I find it's the symbols more confusing than anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're making it difficult for people, and especially when it's somewhere like, and it's a little bit darker usually for some reason down that corridor. So
isn't it? Yes, that's right. That's right. On the other hand, in this day and age, if you go wrong, just say I identify as a woman. Well, there's a strategy for anyone who might need that. And we might be moving towards the universal lavatory at some point anyway, with the way things are going. Right. So, yes, still a little bit of confusion for me.
I'll go and get in. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So Keith is on his way now. A little bit of a language primer there. We're going to have a chat with Keith next, Keith Davey, and see how he's doing here in Portugal, enjoying his third visit. And thank you very much, Andera. You obviously remember Prosecco, Peggy. So sorry to hear of PP's passing. Rest in peace. And yeah, let's hope more Prosecco in the sky there for dear Peggy Littrell there. Right. Okay. Waiting for the arrival of... I wonder, I should have got some walk-on music for him. And I guess if I play a tune as well, if I... Oh, yeah, that's a nice way of remembering, isn't it? If I play the Boo Radleys now, he's going to have to wait too long, I think. Oh, no, I can see him. He's coming in. He's coming in now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to join us to sit down. We did have a request for Sarah as well. Spartan Effects, can you please make the dollar go up as well? Let's give him a nice big round of applause and bring him onto the screen. Hola, bon dia, Keith.
Hi, Carl. Hi, everyone.
How's it going? Tudo bem?
Oh, it's going great. Great.
Fantastic.
We had such a fantastic time this time. We've visited loads of different places.
Right. Okay.
We went to Everett this time.
Ah, okay, Everett. Now you have charmed us with your grasp of the language, Keith.
Definitely.
The oregano story is gone down in history in our community. With you, I mean, it's all coming from a genuine need and wish to connect, right, with the Portuguese people. Are you finding them hospitable and friendly?
Oh, honestly, I mean, just going back a little bit, before Sarah actually came out here, we used to travel to Lisbon only on a cruise ship, if you like.
Oh, yeah.
And visiting Lisbon. And I mean, Lisbon's a fascinating city. Easy to get around, a little bit hilly, but easy to get around. So we really enjoyed that part of it. and basically trying to learn the language is, as you know, a bit difficult. I mean, I'm 79 now, and I've just mastered the English language.
So how's that been going? Oregano's a corker, and you love to pop to the next town along of Sinatra, right?
Oh, yes. Sinatra, yes. Oh, Sinatra's a fantastic place. Oh, Sintra, that's right.
So, any other interesting experiences for you? You discovered the world of Leroy Merlin, French, of course, rather than
Yes, wow.
He loves
I really love that.
Well, you're probably used to using Wix or Homebase back in the UK, right?
B&Q, yes.
B&Q, of course. And for anyone who's wondering, this is a northeast accent we're hearing, right, Keith, as well?
Oh, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's from Easington.
I'm from Easington, just a local place.
It was a mining town.
Because I'm from a mining family. I was a miner myself, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I was a miner, then a manager, but that's in the past, long in the past.
Wow, Easington! Shout out to Easington in the northeast of the UK, and yeah, you'll be going to B&Q or Wix. Go to Leroy Merlin; they got a cafe there. It's another world, isn't it? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful, yes.
He's in his element.
I'm in the element.
We had to stop him from buying stuff to take home.
Yeah, but one of my favourite places, I've got to mention this one, is Mr. Blue.
He likes his shirts.
Oh, I love the shirts. I've got one on at the moment.
He's wearing now. So it's a Portuguese shirt he's got on.
Let's just zoom in. This is a lovely that's very nice, isn't it? So Mr. Blue, is that the one where they do a really good deal if you buy 3 shirts?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, okay.
Well, I was going to buy a T-shirt because it said €5, but when I went to the counter, it said that would be the second one. You have to pay 20 for the first one and 5 for the second one.
That was a little bit misleading, unfortunately. But otherwise, yes, you get some deals.
Great deals.
And you were doing
in
all
fact,
of that.
I've introduced some of my friends to. Sorry.
You were doing all of that in Portuguese. Was that how that was working?
No, maybe that was part of the problem, the language. No, in fact, everybody's been wonderful, and that's the good thing. A lot of people do speak English, so it hasn't been too bad.
I mean, I have progressed to obrigada, but yes, I still like my oregano though. That's my best one.
I think you should stay with that because word will be getting around among the Portuguese as well. No, but you'll be invited to places just to say that. I think.
Oh, will I? Oh, great.
So, any other observations then, or any help we can give you? Because you're obviously going to be a regular here now, and you're definitely an honorary Gumper, part of the Good Morning Portugal community.
Yes.
What any other observations or anything we can help you with?
Well, the market.
Yes, we went to the market. So we went to he calls it Cash Cow, which is Cash Guy.
Cash Cow, of course, yes.
Yeah, we went to the market on Wednesday, but then I took him to a more local one, the other one's not Portuguese, but you can see it's more for locals, whereas the cash one, I think there's a lot more probably expats and tourists go there.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a massive market. So we went there because he loves the fruit and vegetables here. The blueberries are like massive, and he loves the tomatoes as well. So all like compared to the UK,
I grow blueberries at home, and if you can see my little finger there, that's the size of the blueberry that I grow. The ones that I was eating off the market is as big as my thumb.
Exactly.
It sounds like you're having an amazing time. There is a little bit of advice coming in. Capricorn Chris Keith, treat learning the language as if your life depends on it. Always ask people to pronounce new words 3 times. 1 for the ear, 1 for the memory, and 1 for the muscle memory. That's quite a good idea.
Well, that's very good. Yes.
Yeah.
And I noticed this, Andera. Sarah is starting to talk with her dad's tilt a bit. Yes, she was coming out all suddenly in northeast late. Very, very good.
That does happen.
It always comes back.
We're hearing that.
We show you something that happened at the market because it felt a little bit like a magic trick. So when we were around the market, that's where probably the language, it wasn't too bad, but a couple of people couldn't, which is fair enough, say the numbers in English. So they'd hold up their phone with the number written down. But this one guy said, how much is this? Calls over to this woman. She's digging in her pocket, I thought, for a phone, but he produces money. And then he goes, I've got like a 20 euro. He pulls up one 20 euro like that, and then pulls up the second 20 euro and then goes like that.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like 25. 30.
This is how inventive we are as human beings. I think, where there's a will, there's a way, right? I'm thinking that's what you're finding, Keith, over here.
Yes. And I do find that the Portuguese are very, very helpful and very nice people. I've got to say that.
No. They really are, and we look forward to more of your visits here and more feedback on your adventures that Sarah will no doubt share with us. Before you go this morning, can you take part in? We've got a Portuguese citizenship test that's ongoing. There's 100 questions. We're up to question 15 now, and this is useful practice for anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about the language and cultures. I'm sure you are. This isn't the easiest question. Are you enjoying the wines here? Do you like the wine, or are you more of a beer man?
Wine.
He likes white wine. He drinks white wine.
Fair enough. Then this might be useful, because if you don't know the answer, it will send you off in a very nice direction this morning. Portuguese citizenship test, and you can help, of course, as well, Sarah. Number 15. Which Portuguese wine region is known for its crisp, aromatic wines? A clue. Think Antonio Barbosa up there. Is it A, the Bairrada? Is it B, the Minho? Or is it C, Setúbal? I should have got you to read those out, Keith, shouldn't I?
You should have done. You should have. I'm pleased you did.
So have we got a guess there on that one? Is it the Bairrada, is it the Minho, or is it Setúbal? Are you liking the whites, or do you prefer red?
Oh, I like white.
He doesn't drink red. It doesn't agree with him, so he sticks to
okay. Well, this is a great question for you then, and I think we can still. There's some great weather still to come. I think, even though it is the end of September. And would you like to take a guess then, and maybe with Sarah's help? What do you think this might be, Sarah?
What do you think?
I would say the
A, B, or C?
Well, I always go with C.
I think it's B.
Well, do you know what? You're absolutely right, Sarah. So I'll mark that for you there. It is the Minho. I'm going to give that away today. Setúbal would be a really good second guess, Keith. Bairrada, not so much. Their wines are a bit more full-bodied. But if, Sarah, you can get your dad a Vinho Verde from the Minho today, and let me cover that next time I see you. So please get your dad a nice bottle of Vinho Verde to try. Something from the Minho, a crisp, aromatic. It's a little bit fresh and sharp and refreshing. A very nice wine to go with fish, perhaps, Keith.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Oh, not at all.
Oregano, actually.
Of course, your customary oregano. So where are you off to today? What else have you got planned for the rest of your visit?
He's doing a little bit of DIY, his favourite thing. We've
Really?
been to Leaving Road twice. Oh, he loves it. It's part of his holiday.
Yeah, really. Yes, that's about it. And then a little bit of packing ready for tomorrow.
They fly home tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, will you come back next time you're in town?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll come visit.
Good Morning Portugal show. Yeah, and you must come and see us in San Martino de Porto, and we can have a glass of white wine together there. So, and is mum there as well behind the scenes?
Mum, where is she? Oh, she's here.
She might not want to be on.
She's laughing in the sidelines.
We can't do that without Susan. Here she comes.
Good morning to you, Susan. Lovely to see you as well.
Hola.
Susan and Keith, thank you so much for being on the show. Are you enjoying yourself, Susan?
Oh, yes, always. Love the weather, love the place, love the people. So, yeah. Ticks a lot of boxes.
Well, you're all part of that now. So thank you so much. Nice big round of applause for all three of you. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely Monday here in
Bye.
See you. Thank you very much for being here. Cheers, Sarah. See you soon. Bye for now. Right, there they go. Isn't that lovely? Oregano to them, of course. Muito oregano. Let's play his music and bring him on to the screen. We're going to find out about Peace Day and how the old guy in Europe has been getting on recently. Where's his music? Here it is. Buenos
Bom
dias.
dia!
Tudo bem, amigo?
Muito bem, obrigado.
Excellent.
E tu?
Eu também 5 estrelas. Obrigado, obrigado, obrigado.
Okay.
Okay, then let's get into the English. Shall we?
Okay, it's a good transition.
Okay, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I was walking past a Portuguese man yesterday in the street talking to his pal. He's like, "Tá bem, tá bem, tá bem." Okay, it really is universal, isn't it? The okay or okay, I think a little bit more.
Yes, it's one of the cutest words that in my opinion, in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Just the way they say okay.
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 Okay. All right.
And if it's a little girl saying it, it's just precious.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like
You're too good at that. You're too good at that. You only have to mention his name, and here he comes. Antonio Barbosa, bom dia, Gumpers. Morning greetings from a crispy and fresh Minho. Land of the Vinha Verde. Yes, selection B. You were right as well there, Adrian. Happy Monday and a great week ahead. Tony Time, the man in the Minho. Vinha Verde green wine is actually a type of white wine, confusingly. Yes, and Vinha Verde is a region, as we found out recently, not just a type of wine. It is a DOC. We were talking about I don't know if you had joined us when we were talking about the S and the H on the lavatory doors. James, does that still throw you when you approach the WCs, the Casa de Baños?
No, I tend to look at the images, even in English. If it's got a skirt, it's for a woman, right? If it's got 2 legs, it's for a man. That's really easy. It's international.
Well, unless you're in Scotland. What about kilt?
Well, yeah. Then hopefully they would distinguish the male with a beard or something that was obvious. But,
yes.
But no, I haven't had too much problems with the difference between, S and M.
Yeah, S and M, right. That takes us in an entirely different direction. James just uses the one that's not occupied. That is also a custom. I've noticed that if you're in a local cafe, people just use the one that hasn't got anyone in it. If we do that at Palmera, for sure.
Well, most places I've been, first of all, I don't tend to need to use the public restroom that much. But typically, it's in a restaurant or a cafe that is relatively small, and it's just a single door, just one bathroom, so you don't have the options. But
yes,
in the larger stores or in the larger restaurants, I'm sure they have.
So not a confusion for you then. Good to know. Good to know. Anything else that continues to be? How are things going with you on your journey? We check in with you every month to see how that's going. People can do that, of course, as well with your old guy or an old guy in Europe YouTube channel. What's been going on for you? Peace Day, you were remarking upon on your Facebook timeline, I noticed as well. And I was hoping you'd tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, I try to make a point of honoring the International Day of Peace every year, because I seem to be the only one that does.
Well done. Someone needs to, yes.
Especially on Facebook. I don't see it anywhere except on their Facebook page if I go to look for it. And to me, I mean, peace is such a hugely important thing in terms of how we exist on the planet together as people, as nations, as individuals. To be able to find a state of peace, to live in peace, to walk in peace, just feels to me like a really important thing. And it gets so little attention. And it's on the same day every year, and it has been for well over 40 years now, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah. So anyway, it's just I try to remember. I actually mark my calendar because it's easy to forget a specific day for a given holiday. And of course, in Portugal, there's a holiday every other day, so it's hard. It's hard. Like there was one going on this weekend. I don't even know what that is, but they got fireworks going, like bombs are exploding during the day, and you can hear the music from a kilometer away. So there's something going on. I think I saw something that it was some kind of religious holiday, but I don't really know. But Peace Day is, or it's technically the International Day of Peace, but like most other holidays, you just call it Peace Day. I was thinking as we were coming on, when you mentioned Peace Day, when I was backstage, are there any other international holidays that the entire planet is invited to celebrate on a given day. And I couldn't think of one. There might be.
Quite right. Yes, because they tend to be religious, don't they? And there isn't a universal religion.
Yeah, or national, you know.
We're still figuring that out, aren't we? a universal way of being. And perhaps peace is it.
Yeah, it would be great if it was. I mean, we have Mother's Days and Father's Days, but they're on different days in different countries. So that's not all on the same day for the entire planet.
Yes.
I guess I could do a little research and find out. That wouldn't be that difficult. But anyway, yeah, that was why I mentioned it on Facebook. It's important, I think, to get at least some eyes on it, some attention.
I agree with you, and yes, and as Matty's saying here, there's not a whole lot of peace, and that's the point, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. As I said on my Facebook posting, it's not just peace. It's not just an absence of war. It goes down to a complete state of being, right?
Yeah.
How we are with one another, nations with each other, humans with each other, and how we are within ourselves. I mean, peace begins with me is not, you know, it's like if the world is going to be at peace, a large number of humans need to be at peace with themselves and their families and their friends and their countries. So it's a long way to go, but we're not going to get there. We don't talk about it from time to time.
Correct. So thank you for the reminder. And as you say, it wouldn't be appropriate to be very angry about how unpeaceful people are.
Yes.
These days, but that's not the idea, is it? So you were modelling that yourself. Did you have a purposefully peaceful and quiet day? What did you do to mark the occasion?
Well, I tend to. It's sort of a daily practice for me to get grounded. As a matter of fact, a blessing that I offer is typically on my signature line is, "I wish you love, joy, and peace always." So, you know, I figure if we have those three things in our lives, we got pretty much nothing to complain about. But peace is a part of that blessing that I offer. So, so it's, I mean, we're all human, you know. I go through my moments of I was like, okay, I'm not at peace then, and I'm blaming someone else, and I'm stuck in my ego because I need to be right and they need to be wrong. I mean, I'm human. We all do that. So the point isn't being perfect and never having those moments. The point, as always for me, is being mindful, being aware that I'm having that moment. This is not the moment I choose when I'm conscious, and to choose otherwise when I do become aware of it. And that's all we can do. And that's all we have control over. Again and again, those principles. I am the only thing that I control. Everything else is up to everybody else.
Everything is practice, is it not? Yeah. And you make a good point here, João Ernesto. Too often these days, peace is defined as when everyone else agrees.
Exactly.
Or when everyone else shuts the hell up. But yeah, it appears even now in 2025, we've still got a few things to learn about this practice.
A few.
One or two things. And yes, and it shouldn't stop us from trying. And I think the word intention comes to mind as well. It's like, you know, what are we focused on? Are we focused on being right? Are we focused on being winning? Or to be peaceful and discover what that might mean in the active pursuit of it, or the active realization of it. Because again, when you get into pursuit, it can tend to spoil the the process as well. If you're trying to grab peace, it doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah, well, happiness and peace are all within. So pursuit of it is really, it's a concept that has really no meaning. You can't chase or pursue those things. You have to create them within yourself.
Yes.
You can be happy in the worst of times, or you can be unhappy in the best of times. That's all up to you. And same thing with peace. You can be at peace when the world is a lot like the world is now, with, you know, especially in social media, where it's all, well, not all, but so much anger and vitriol and hatred and accusations and finger pointing. It's like, it would be really easy to not be at peace, because if you buy into it. So I'm even limiting my exposure to social networking, social media. I don't watch the news already. I don't read the newspapers, if they still exist. I mean, I don't even know what they want for so long.
That's right. Yeah.
But
It's hilarious.
But I really try to minimize my exposure to all of that, because I know that, to me, my belief is that that is not our natural state. Our natural state is one of peace and one of calmness and one of centeredness.
And perhaps we're a long way from home. You might be. It'd be very interesting, given you said, do newspapers still exist? If you go and buy a vinyl record now, if you go out to buy a vinyl record, James, you will have not known that they haven't been for sale for 20 years because they're back again. It might be the same with newspapers, that in about 10 or 20 years' time, someone might say, "Oh, do you remember the retro feel of a newspaper? Let's print one as a special."
And books. There's a certain tactile experience that you don't get electronically.
Yes.
I know there's people who, I guess they're mostly older people who still, if they want the news and they know they can get it online, they still prefer having a newspaper in their hands while they drink their coffee or whatever.
Which of course was the mobile before the mobile, wasn't it? It's like, why can't we all just sit at the table without having to look at a book or a newspaper?
Yes.
But, on it goes. The message stays the same, but the medium changes. Now, here's in support of your peace initiative, perhaps not the method that you were practicing or would endorse, but if the whole world smoked a joint all at the same time, there would be 15 minutes of peace. This hasn't been thought through very well, I don't think.
Right.
There are quite a few people who shouldn't be doing that at the same time, like air traffic controllers maybe, and emergency staff and so on.
And while I will concede that peace appears to be one state that is readily accessed through the use of marijuana, I've also seen confusion and a certain degree of just throwing out all kinds of crazy ideas and thinking they're great. I mean, there's a lot that goes on with that. So peace may be one of them.
What a fantastic summary. There's a lot that goes on with that. I'm done with vinyl, but I still have a real book. Yeah, it is nice to hold a book in your hand, isn't it? And the weekly version of the news and the resident, absolutely. Yes, the old ones are the best ones. The old ones are the old. Thank you, T-Duck, for that. And thank you, Matty, as well, doing his bit for peace. I usually end my weekly YouTube videos with stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and have a good life. And this was a good question as well from Antonio Barbosa, which puts you on the spot a bit, but I don't think you mind being put on the spot. We've been doing this long enough, haven't we, for you not to mind that? And I know you'll just give us an honest answer. Are you at peace, James? Because I think, we can all ask ourselves this. That's the whole point of yesterday in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and I think I addressed it, not specifically that question, but mostly would be my answer. I'm human. I'm not always at peace, and as none of us are always happy or always sad or always anything. But mostly, yes, I'm at peace. And when I notice that I'm unsettled somehow and not at peace, then that's my key. I'm noticing that, so that's my cue to make a choice about that. Do I want to stay in this state? Do I choose a different state? And if I choose a different state, what would it be? And if I'm, aware of peace is the issue, if I'm just not at peace somehow, I feel unsettled, then it's like, well, it's okay to stay there. Nothing wrong with being unsettled or not at peace. But my conscious and intentional choice is to choose the most optimum positive state I can find in any moment when I'm aware. So if I'm going to make a choice in that moment, I'm going to choose peace. It's like, oh yeah, so what do? Anyone who's been seeing me for a while knows that my first step is to take a deep breath. And breathe in through the nose.
Feel free to do it now, everybody.
And that just immediately settles me down.
Woo!
And then I might remind myself to where's your peace, or find peace, or ask myself some question that will get me to the place that I've chosen to be. So that's the notice, choose, and act again and again and again and again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll have my moments where I get upset and I don't really notice and I don't make a choice and I stay upset. It happens. We're all human. But for the most part, I choose peace when I am conscious of the choice.
Thank you for that answer. Thank you. What about you, Antonio Barbosa, the man in the Mino? Nice and peaceful up there. Long walks give me peace. Your recipes for peace are most welcome this morning. And T-Duck also noticing you are at home. Home is where you hang your hat. James, do you know that that's a TV as well as a hat rack?
Oh, I thought it was just I could hang like a million hats off it if I had them, but I only have a couple. So
well, there's another little bit of it which is about this big. It's black and it's got buttons on it. And when you press the red button, usually that thing on the wall there will light up and bring all sorts of unholy things into your life.
Oh, wow.
You're welcome.
I'll have to check that out. You think maybe that's what all those wires are?
Yeah, it's part of it. It needs electricity. There's other boxes that can connect to it, and all sorts of crazy stuff can happen.
Okay, well, I'll go consult. I'll go consult my encyclopedia about a variety of hat racks there are and see if there's some machinery in there that does what you say.
Yes, that does what I say. This witchcraft I speak of this morning.
Work. It didn't do anything.
Actually, it's got to be plugged in as well. It's got to be plugged into the devilish mainframe. Right.
I saw a meme of people like in the 1920s, or it was actually a short video, and it was British, of course. People sitting all properly at the dinner table, and they all had one of those old-fashioned handset. I mean, really old telephones.
Hilarious. Yes.
And the complaint was, why is everyone just sitting here staring at their phones? And you look at the table, they all had one of these big sets in front of them on the table.
It was really, really good, wasn't it?
Very humorous.
Yeah. You know, everyone of every generation had it. And there was one sort of bright spark saying, look, we've got to stop this. Just while we eat, please. It was a very, very cleverly thought out. Right. We will be going to your Portuguese bird of the month. Just quickly, though, T-Duck asking, is face bag still a thing? And you're saying you don't go on social media so much. For both of you, you may have missed my picture from this weekend. And I just want to put the record straight on this. I didn't really go to Turkey for a quick...
Speaking of marijuana...
I didn't. No, this is not my Turkish trip where I've got my hair transplant and my teeth surgery or whatever it's called. No, that was a joke. It's a long story which I won't go into right now. But I was in a bath of seaweed, which helped me to sleep very, very peacefully last night. So I would recommend that. So onward then to bird of the month. Oh no, it's not irritable owl syndrome, is it? And you're getting on my nerves.
No owls today.
It's the let me take the banner away as well so we can actually see.
Well, and if you'll go to the first one, the brightest color, most colored one, I want to address that. No, the red and black and yellow, the one that is in Portuguese. That one.
Okay. So the Pintasilgo.
See. Again, all the birds that I share are birds that I have personally seen in Portugal so far.
Yeah.
And this by far has been the most striking bird I've looked at, and just in terms of what it looks like. But that's not what got me. It didn't catch my eye. I heard this amazing bird song just outside my studio window, and I went to go look who's making that sound. And right on the fence, which is about only a meter from my window, was a bird that looks like this, making this gorgeous sound, singing away. And I just said, wow, that's amazing. And the color, and once you see it, maybe even the first time you see it, it's hard not to see because the colors are just so vivid and striking. In the males, obviously, I've got the next one, I think, is a juvenile, which is very similar to a female, much less color. And then the one that you first put up is what they look like when they're flying, which you might not imagine. It's quite striking. You can see the flashes of color on their feathers while they fly.
Yeah, let me. I've got a bit of goldfinch birdsong in the background, so that's the one you're more familiar with.
What I wanted to say about finches is that's a species, and Europe has finches, and the United States has finches. They're probably all over the world. That's the juvenile that is very similar to the female in coloration. Unless they're breeding, of course, then they get a little more yellow. But that's the American goldfinch. You're confusing me now.
I beg your
And that's the European. It's called the European goldfinch when you look it up. But it's very different, obviously, than American goldfinch. And in Europe, they're not going to say, what kind of goldfinch are you looking for, because there are no American goldfinches in Europe, as there are no European goldfinches in America. But Pintasilgo is the name of the bird. And to me, I don't see very many birds with that kind of distinct contrast in their wings when they're flying. So I imagine they'd be pretty easy to spot, even if they're in a distance flying. I don't think you're going to see that on any other bird. So
that looks
anyway,
like a bird there, doesn't it? But I guess it's all a matter of scale, isn't it? But that's beautiful. Got quite.
Yeah, it's I don't know, maybe a tiny bit bigger, roughly the size of a robin. I mean, a little bigger than a sparrow. The American goldfinch is a little smaller than that, a little daintier bird. But it's not a large bird by any means.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Then, so the Pintasilgo, the goldfinch, basically here in okay.
Europe.
So did you look for a literal translation of Pintasilgo?
Yes, and it came up initially as yellow goldfinch, and then it came up again when I switched from Portuguese to English. It switched to finch, I think. And then as I was typing it in, it went to green finch, and then when I finished, it turned to gold. So I don't know, it's something in the number. Maybe it's just a difference of one or two letters in the word. And I don't even know if there is such a thing as a green finch in Portugal.
No, we may get some help with that. The painted siskin, is that a type of finch as well? Okay. So Pintasilgo painted siskin. That sounds pretty similar, doesn't it?
Although a siskin is a different kind of bird than a finch. So I don't know. I mean, the translations are difficult because they're actually names, and not all names translate. But the best I could do, because I know enough about birds, I say, well, I know there's an American goldfinch, so let me look up European goldfinch. And when I did that, I got Pintasilgo. And it's also what it was called in my birding app. So that's what I went with.
Pinta is painted, isn't it? Pintarola, little candies, right? There you go. And siskin is a type of small, colourful finch in the family Fringillidae. I don't know if that's Latin or Portuguese there, but
probably
thanks
Latin,
for that as well.
Good to know.
The duck in T duck, I think, alludes to an interest in a bit of twitching and ornithology there as well. So thank you.
Well, the only siskin I've been at all familiar with was in California, and it was called a pine siskin.
Yes,
but
okay,
I'm very far from an expert.
No, well, and you don't need to be, do you? I mean, the whole thing about bird watching, I think, is just the love, isn't it? And the marveling at these incredible, miraculous creatures.
Yeah, one of the things that it suits me for a lot of reasons. One is that I tend to like to collect special things and unique things. So not a lot of things. I don't pile up. But like when I travel, I'll buy a mug that is representative of the place I've been. So that it just serves as a memory, and birds kind of satisfy that, it's kind of like working a puzzle. You're trying to figure out what it is and how you figure that out. And it's also, as you said, it's just really, is pleasureful a word? I think it is. Anyway, there's a great deal of pleasure that comes from it. And all you have to do to a walk is add a pair of binoculars, and now you can look at birds closely. So, it's fairly simple. And you don't have to be an expert. You can just look and go, ooh, look at that one. And then if you want to figure out what it is, you can go look for pictures of it and so on.
Well, isn't that the greatest thing? And it comes back to peace as well, doesn't it? That often just getting too obsessive and thinking about it too much can take away the momentary pleasure, can't it? So this happened on the beach yesterday, actually. It was very interesting. I don't often see a lot of seagulls. You see some in San Martino de Porto. I think they like to go along to Nazaré, further up the coast, where there's probably more people.
Well, maybe they prefer the coast, because there's a ton of them here in Espino. Then there's no bay like in San Martino. So
you might be right. And I saw some aerobatics. It was brilliant. There was some noise in the sky, and one young gull, I think, had managed to pick up a bit of food.
A sweet young gull?
A sweet young gull passed me by, followed by 3 others in the sky, trying to get a bit of old bifana.
Oh, they are thieves, the
It was
gulls. They
amazing.
will take food from anything they can get it from, including your plate that you just bought at the,
My
at the food
mother-in-law
stand.
was at a British seaside town last week. She had her ice cream taken out of her hand, and it's like there it was gone. It's like, what was that? They're so fast as well, aren't they?
Yeah, well, in Santa Cruz, I used to, because I was a docent at the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary, so I'd stand there and watch, and I got a lot of opportunities to watch pelicans fish, which is really a trip because they dive in, they turn into a straight line and just stick their heads in the water, bam, and then come up with them. Well, the gulls knew this, so they just hung around, waited for that pelican to land, and they all swam to where it was coming up, and they all were trying to get inside his mouth to get the fish out. It was crazy.
Yeah, lovely to see. Lovely to see. Well, and I saw loads in the sky of gulls thereafter, and they were just, doing their aerobatics. There was a breeze coming in off the sea, and they were gliding on it, and there were just a good number of them in the sky. And it just looked so beautiful. It was a really special moment, a Portuguese moment for sure. James, a great chat to you in your monthly visit with your Portuguese bird of the month. Great to see the hat hanging up behind you. Anything else to report about your life? You're clearly very much at home in Espinho, right? All is going well by the sound.
Yes, I'm really enjoying it. The biggest challenge for me in making the move from Ericeira to Espinho was mostly aesthetic. I mean, Ericeira is just a beautiful place. The views of the ocean, the views in general, which is all made possible by the fact that it's very hilly and cliffy and all that stuff, which is one of the things that made it difficult for me to get around. Yeah. And Espinho being flat, I pretty much walk everywhere. I think I mentioned before, in 1 month, I've walked, 30 or 40 kilometers in Espinho, and I didn't walk 30 or 40 kilometers in 6 months in Ericeira. So
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot more exercise. That is just me taking care of stuff or taking a walk along the beach, which is much easier, all that kind of stuff. So access has proven to be, and to public transportation. I mean, it's a 10-minute walk to the train. I'm not taking an hour and a half bus to Lisbon to then take 40 minutes to get to the train station. And so it's 2 hours just to get to a train. This 10-minute walk, I'm on the train. So that's a huge difference for me. Yeah. And I'm settling in very nicely. Acquisition of the language helps. So the more I learn, the easier that becomes. And that would have happened in Ericeira as well, but it's happening here. So yes, I'm very happy to be here. I took a 5-year lease, and I don't have any plans on trying to leave any sooner. So,
good man.
It's working very, very well for me.
Really glad to hear that. Yeah, talking of the grasp of the language, do you remember the thing we did, the elephant in the room, and some of our efforts to help people with Portuguese? I've put them. I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes on the classroom at the Portugal Club, and one of the things is alongside of Vitor and mainly Maria's, and with some help from Vitor on their 30-day Portuguese. Alongside that, I've got this thing called Pop in Portuguese to make your Portuguese pop. And it's just loads of little snippets, including the stuff we did together, which was really what to say after you've said hello, right? I don't know if you remember these, James. It's a little.
I do.
Yeah, that's us there. So that's over there in the Portugal Club. Lots of different teachers, lots of little bits, bite-sized sort of stuff. Pintarolas of Portuguese pintarolas, I suppose, or pop in Portuguese, just to turn up the heat a little bit and make it pop like Portuguese popcorn and help you. As you're saying, language acquisition, it just makes so much difference, doesn't it, to have that in your kind of mental back pocket, as it were, to come out with and just connect with people.
Yes. Well, and I just have to, you're just making me think that whenever we can associate something in Portuguese to something we already know, it makes it easier to remember. Right. Yeah. And 2 things that I have never forgotten once I came up with something that worked in that regard. I mentioned just recently on one of my Old Guy in Europe episodes, Senora, Senora, because I was trying to remember Senora,
Yeah.
the carrot, right? And so it's like, oh, Mrs. Carrot will help me to Senora, because they sound the same. The other thing I realized was the word for yesterday, on time. I say, oh, yesterday is always on time.
Yeah, very good. It's like Chris was saying, wasn't it? The three, ask someone to repeat it 3 times. That was his advice to Keith. Once to hear it for the memory, and once for the muscle memory when you say it back to people. I think that's what Chris was saying. But yeah, definitely learn it like your life depends on it. I think you haven't maybe gone quite that far, James, but you're a great student for sure, and it's lovely to speak to you this morning. Anything else you want to share before you go? I can hear a phone. I don't think it's mine in the studio. I don't know how that's happening. But anyway,
it's not mine. I'm hearing it over there through the earphones.
They've stopped now.
Stopped.
I'll be
that
with
was
you
a very persistent ring. Like 20 rings.
And I don't know where it was coming from, but anyway, they've gone now, and they'll leave me a message, hopefully. So yeah, last word from you, my friend.
Wow, last words. It just feels to me with all this talk of peace, and then having a chance to talk a little bit about being here in Espinho, which is, I also wanted to mention when I was asked if I was at peace. I said, being in Portugal makes it much easier for me to find my peace. I mean, nothing makes me anything. Portugal doesn't make me peaceful. You don't make me happy or unhappy. I do that. I'm responsible for that. But in a certain environment, it becomes easier for me to make that choice. And Portugal certainly makes it easier for me to be at peace. I can choose peace much more easily, because for the most part, my experience with the Portuguese people and all the interactions I have are very peaceful and friendly and generous, and all of that. So
yeah, it helps, doesn't it?
So yeah, peace is a choice, always, like happiness. And the first place to notice is noticing, am I at peace? And then choosing, do I want to be?
Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah.
Beautiful words to go into the week with, and we'll see you again next month. You and your next Portuguese bird of the month. Take care.
Looking forward to it. Muito obrigado.
Até já. Até a próxima. Tchau, tchau.
Ciao, ciao.
Bom dia e boa semana. Right, as promised, a little bit more music. Let's go out with a trio of tunes. And I wanted to play a little bit of music, Love and Affection by Joan Armatrading, because I was reminded of it by Andero, formerly by Randy, who was saying, I think, that he saw, was it? No, it was Tony Bryant. Forgive me. It was Tony who said Joan Armatrading was wishing Pete Murray, the great British DJ, a happy 100th birthday. It's a good reason to play from that point of view. And also, we've got in memory of Prosecco Peggy as well. The tune is called Love and Affection, and that's how I remember her. So with great love and affection for Prosecco Peggy, who passed on a Saturday evening, health complications, and she passed on in her sleep peacefully by the sound of it. So rest in peace, and love and affection for you, who we remember as Prosecco Peggy. And I wish you a good week, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Let me just take that back to the beginning. There you go.
I am not in love, but I'm open to persuasion. East or west, where's the best for romancing? With a friend I can smile, but with a lover I could hold my head back. Really laugh. Thank you. You took me dancing across the floor, cheek to cheek, but with a lover I could really move, really move. I could really dance, really dance, really dance, really dance. I could really move. Now if I can feel the sun in my eyes and the rain on my face, why can't I feel love? Really love, really love, really love, I may leave my home, but I should just stick to those things I have got. With friends I still feel so insecure. Little darling, I believe you can help me a lot. Just take my hand and lead me where you will. No conversation, no wait, good night.
Well, baby,
No, just make love with affection. Sing me another love song, but this time with a little dedication. Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. You know that's what I like. Love, ooh. Once more with the feeling. Give me love, give me love, give me love. Love, love. Make love with affection. Sing me another love song, but this time with a little dedication. Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. You know that's what I like. Love, once more with a feeling. Sing me another love song, but this time with a little dedication. Sing it, sing it, sing it, sing it. You know that's what I like. Love, with affection. With a little dedication. Love, once more with a feeling. You know that's what I like. Love,
marvellous. Joan Armour Trading and Love and Affection. For you now, John, Joël de Nort, Mamas and Papas, and Monday, Monday. Nice big gap here to honour the... Oh, here we go. What day is it? Oh, it's Moon Day. And yes, must admit, preferred to second day of the week. Cheers, John.
Monday, Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. Oh, Monday morning, couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. Monday, can't trust that day. Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. Oh, Monday, how could you leave and not take me? Every other day, every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. But Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me. every other day, every other day, every other day, every other day of the week is fine, yeah. But whenever Monday comes, you can find me crying all of the time. Monday, Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, Monday, it just turns out that way. What Monday, Monday, won't go away. Monday, Monday, it's here to stay. Oh, Monday, Monday. Summer's gone, day spent with the grass and sun. I don't mind to pretend to do seems really dumb. It seems really dumb. I rise as the morning comes, crawling through the blinds. I shouldn't be up at this time, but I can sleep with you there by my side. Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Feel the sun shining for your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful wake up. What could be the very last time? 25. Don't recall a time I felt this alive. So wake up, boo. Wake up. There's so many things for us to do. Things that we could do. It's early, so take your time. Don't let me rush you, please. I know I was up all night. I can do anything, anything, anything. Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Feel the sun shining for your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful wake up. What could be the very last time? But you can't blame me now for the death of someone. But you can't blame me now for the death of someone. But you gonna say what you wanna say. You have to put the death in everything. Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Feel the sun shining for your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful. What could be the very last time? Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Feel the sun shining for your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful. What could be the very last time?
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need